Well, happy Monday evening to you. It's Chris Harry, the Crypto Cowboy, once again bringing you another nightly update. Today is Monday, October 6th. It's about 10 o'clock in Texas, getting a little late start. But I kind of wanted to see what this down move was doing before we put a video out. Make sure we're going in the right direction and we can figure out some kind of targets. Now, if you're liking these videos that we're putting out, go ahead and hit that like button, like the video, subscribe, tap that bell notification. You'll get notifications as soon as we drop a video. And I need to remind you that these videos are not for financial advice. They are for entertainment and educational purposes only. Use caution when trading crypto. You could lose all of your money. All right, now all the nonsense is out of the way. Let's get to the meat and potatoes here. Looking at the crypto fear and greed index, we're at 59. I think we were 58 yesterday, kind of working our way up towards fear. We talked about this yesterday, these bull flags that I've noticed the fear and greed index puts in. Drop, bounce, drop, bounce, drop, bounce, drop. And we've bounced and kind of breaking out of whatever it's doing there. Let's go ahead and go to the liquidation heat map for Bitcoin. We are kind of moving down right now. So down to about 122,000, you're looking at about $650, $700 million worth of liquidations. Looks like we're ready to chase them. You go to the upside, probably 300 million in liquidations up to about 126.8. So clearly there's an imbalance. There's more to the downside. Market makers are going to want to come after this liquidity. And then I think we think about another move up. Ethereum's kind of telling the same story. There is a pocket of liquidity right here at about 47.17. And you can see the candles are rolling up. I think they're probably going to try to run at that before they come down and grab this. Down to 4,500, you have almost $800 million in liquidations. And if you go to the upside, you're at 300 million to the upside up to about 4,800. So it looks like the consensus is probably that we're going to want to run after that bottom side liquidity. I think it's a pretty shallow pullback, and then we start looking towards upside targets. I wanted to show you this picture. I was doing some things in Grok, and Grok threw this picture up, and I think you guys are going to see a lot more of it. It's basic L8 wave theory and what you look for in retracements. So we've completed wave 3, and you'll see that on the chart, and it gives wave 4 retracement areas. Typical retracement's about the 382. Wave 4 is usually more shallow than wave 1, so we don't look for that deep. If you lose 382, you probably usually go to the 618. But I'm going to keep this chart around. If you like it and you want to see more of it, or you want it for yourself, email me, message me, reach out to me. I'll make sure you get that super valuable chart that we're going to use a lot more. All right. Let's skip that nonsense, get into the Bitcoin 4-hour chart, kind of figure out what's going on. So you can see we've completed wave 3, solid wave 3. I think we were looking for a pullback last night and decided to go after some topside liquidity. Wasn't surprised. Kind of addressed that last night. There was a possibility that we could make one more, maybe 2 more runs up. I think the move's kind of finished now. We're at the top of this ascending pennant that we'll eventually drop out of. But we don't drop out of it yet. So we're on our wave 4. Our 236 is 122.1 to 119.5. There's a fair value gap sitting right here, right about 121 flat. I really like that area. I think that's probably where we need to look for a bounce. You can see 4-hour liquidation, 4-hour invalidation that invalidates our 5-wave impulsive structure is sitting at about 117.9, 118. So we really can't drop below that. I don't think it's going to want to come down and grab the bottom of this pennant yet, but it could. So we can't rule it out, but we'll watch close. 121 flat, coming on down, possibly to 118, 119. If something happens, we did lose that, something goes wrong, 115 to 112 are your next targets. But I'm not going to put upside targets on yet. I think we need to finish this move out, and then I can get a more accurate measurement. The pennant's really kind of heading up to 132, 135. I think that's probably good before we have some kind of other correction and maybe make another run to the top side. Moving on to Ethereum, kind of the same thing. Completed wave 3. Looking for our wave 4. I think this fair value gap is here because we had that topside liquidity that we talked about on the liquidation heat map. I'm not confident that we break this because Bitcoin's ready to come down. But if we do, 4,800, 4,900 is probably a good target. I think we finished that out in wave 5, so I don't want to make that assumption yet, like I said. Bottom side targets. Well, your 382 sits at about 44.97, but you've got a fair value gap down here to around 44.23. I would watch these areas close. Somewhere in here, I feel like we bounce. Your 4-hour invalidation is down here about 42.43. So technically, this little expanding wedge could come out here. The reason I have it where I do is because there's 3 touch points. There's one right here, then another right here when we were kind of like halfway through wave 1. So I feel like that's a good target. Looks like it really lines up with 44.25. But we'll watch this and monitor it. Just be ready. If you get something here, go to the 15-minute or the 1 hour. Wait on a retest. Make sure it's successful, and then take your long. But yeah, that kind of gives you an idea of what we are, where I kind of think we're going. Like I said, it's a shorter term video tonight. We're going to play this little by little. But like I said, I posted this chart. And I posted that picture in the crypto school that we talk about every night. Everybody's in here again talking about what's going on. There's the chart right there. I put it in my coach's channel as well. Everybody's making fun of Leisure Fish. I love that guy. He's my best friend. There he is, my guy. How about that? Just a good group of people. Coach Bulls TA, absolutely incredible. Of course, you'll find me there. Coach Chris. Coach Satoshi gives good calls. You can see, there's the chart. Everything's there. I post everything that I post on X. Connor Kinney, Tyler Hill, Aaron Bennett, just a knockdown lineup of coaches. If you're not in the school, guys, you're missing out. You'll find all those links in my description. You'll also find a link to Big Unix and to my X page where I post other insight on TA where I kind of think it was going. But yeah, I've said enough already. I'm going to shut this thing down tonight. It's tired. I'm ready for bed. But once again, Chris Hare, the Crypto Cowboy, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you down the road.